was much better than last time. Did you hear that the sound quality was better? Two things that might help. Well, one thing that might help would be tilting back a little bit more instead of rolling forward. Okay, and then another thing is you were pretty straight up until your C string, where you were kind of like that. So you just want to make sure. It's hard to do because you're not in a mirror, right? So you don't have that to check.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. So you see how you can tell? Just check for that when you're playing. All right, much better. Good. So that's much improved, Gal. Good. Your hand position is much better than it has been. You're not doing as much of the violin hand, and you're also bringing your arm around a little bit more, and your elbow stays high, which is good. Is it starting to feel more comfortable? Do you feel less tension?
Yeah.
All right, just continue to watch out for your thumb. Sometimes gets kind of tense. That time it was okay. And then watch your first and second finger intonation. Your second finger, particularly on the F natural, both times on the way up and down was a little sharp. So let's play that again, and I'm gonna drone a C underneath and listen for each note before you move on with my drone. Okay. Good, that was much better. Do you really hear the intonation?
I feel like when I get up here, I have trouble dropping my one without the knuckle, like my knuckle wants to collapse.
Right, because you tend to pull back, and you don't want to pull back. You want to round your head forward.
Because if I pull back, then it's harder to.
Right, and then if you pull back, you end up pulling back too far. I mean, as I mentioned a few lessons ago, it is okay to tilt back a little bit, but you don't want to do it to the extent that your hand is going to be like that.
And your knuckle can't
collapse, right? What was one thing? One thing I was going to mention is you tend to put your 3 down without putting your 2 down. It just kind of floats in the air. That increases tension in that hand, which is always something you want to avoid. But also putting your 2 down will help your 2 know where to go when the 3 isn't there, which might help with your intonation on the top string. So just try the bottom octave where you have to put 3 down, and just practice putting 2 and 3 down together. Good. That was much better, yeah. And also, one other thing I noticed, which is not really a cello issue, it's just a scale issue in general. Don't rush coming back down. Just keep your tempo nice and easy. Scales are all about producing good tone and good intonation, and that's really what you want to do. One other thing is occasionally, not all the time, but occasionally you have trouble going from an open string to 4.
Yeah.
So try isolating that movement, going open to 4. Do you want to try doing that?
Sure.
Okay. There you go. There you go. That was really
Kinda
good up
slid into
until
home
that
base
one
there, yeah.
last that one last note. One thing you want to watch out for, because now you're using all the 4 fingers, the whole hand frame on the top string. You ended up tilting back a little bit more than usual, or than you had on the C. Bring your thumb. Yeah. And then also on the top string. Right now. Freeze. Okay. If you look at your hand, it's a little bit. There you go. But you don't want it to be just in your hand. You just make sure you bring your arm around. It's a whole arm process. You okay?
Yeah,
you can cough. You're allowed to cough. Right. See that? See how your hand was rotated back, and I just like pulled it forward by the right there.
How do I get to the one? Like just stretching. So it's like a big stretch.
It's not as big as you think. Rotate here. There you go. Shake out your hand. You can shake out your hand. It's a bigger instrument, you know? You're not used to the spacing. So there's that you should look out for. And also, with your bow, it was a little jerkier than the C scale. And I think part of that has to do with you had your elbow raised very high.
Oh,
you don't want to drop it,
yeah.
but it should be natural, not like up in the air. I'm not exactly sure how. It actually kind of, yeah. It came from your shoulder, not your elbow, and you just like pulled really far forward, which made your bow changes be like fa fa. So just try in the middle where we've been bowing, like smooth bow changes, but at this speed that was slower. At the speed you play your scale. Good. That was much better than last time. The one thing I would watch out for is that shift at the end. If you want to isolate that.
When I shifted back at like measure 7, I was so collapsed. I was like, then I went back up. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like I went my hand was like. Then I went. Like I got really tense.
Yeah. I mean, it's good that you noticed that.
Yeah.
Try to keep it relaxed. What was the shift at the end? to the one. Right. Try isolating that for me a few times because it wasn't. There you go. Maybe it was just that one time. But just you need that to be in tune because it's the note you
'Cause,
end on,
yeah.
and also it's the note that the
Whole
proceeding
position
notes
is, yeah.
are based off of. So that was good. Do you have any questions regarding it?